Hello and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is a daily reading for the collective for September 11th, 2019. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that wiggly bell so you get all my updates. And if you like what you hear and what you see, please don't forget to hit like, share, and leave me a comment so I can know how this is playing out in your lives. This is a reading for the collective, so it may not resonate with everyone. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. All right. I'm going to be using the After Tarot for today's reading. So Spirit, please tell us what we need to know for September 11th, 2019. Spirit, what do we need to know for September 11th, 2019? What do we need to know for September 11th, 2019? Cards are popping out. All right, interesting. Okay, remember guys, we are in the waxing moon gibbous period for those of you that are doing moon manifestation. If you aren't, I highly recommend it. It's a very, very powerful tool. I may do a video on how to do that. Being a Cancer, I'm ruled by the moon, so you know the phases are just a great way to sort of get yourself, you know, get your goals set your intentions, make your wishes. Okay, so we are in waxing moon gibbous. We're coming on up to that full moon, which I believe is in Pisces, but I'll check that for you. Spirit, please tell us what we need to know for September 11th, 2019. Spirit, what do we need to know for September 11th, 2019? Okay. All right, and we have the full moon. Excellent. Was I not just talking about the full moon? Very nice, you guys. The overall energy here is the Strength card. This could be our Leo. I love this. Again, I'm using the After Tarot, so it describes it shows what would happen a minute or a few seconds up to a minute after the normal rider weight imagery. And here, you know, we have the maiden who has conquered the beast, and now she is actually cuddling it and it's purring. And so she doesn't only have it tamed, she has, you know, they love each other. And this is funny because yesterday's reading, I was talking about, the message was, you know, just not to ignore, not to be alone in everything that you do, and not to ignore, you know, your human relationships or your loving relationships, because, you know, that adds so much to life. Like, make sure that, you know, that there's a balance in life with, you know, career and work and thoughts and solitude, and balance that out with some sort of love and affection from somewhere. And I've thought a lot about yesterday's reading and about that message because, you know, I didn't mean to come off crass or, you know, laughing at like, hey, don't die alone, because loneliness is a very serious thing. But I did tell a story about how I had to put my best girl to sleep, and you know, it was really, really hard. And so reflecting on that, you know, I'm getting here, we have this beautiful maiden who's, you know, not only has she rolled up her sleeves and tamed this beast, which is all about also finding that inner strength and that inner calm, and now she's completely at peace with it and cuddling it, and it looks like it's purring in her ear. And I just love this imagery, you guys. I mean, it's just like, it's all of the work we do. It's like all of the rewards for all of the hard work that we do. The overall energy there is Leo, is a Leo energy. And it's absolutely gorgeous. This could also resonate for some of the work and some of the things that were happening during Leo season. So, you know, I think a lot of us have been doing, you know, have sort of been doing a constant work, shadow work, you know, to try to improve our lives, and also to manifest a life that we really want. So without further ado, let's take a look at the cards that came out. All right, so I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this because we start with the moon and we also end with the moon. And look, we've got the crescent moon and the full moon. This is what I was talking about doing, like making wishes and manifesting with the phases of the moon and the real importance of that. So right now we had the new moon And if you want to go back and check out my new moon reading, it's on my channel. I should be doing them each new moon cycle. I was reviewing my notes for that reading, and it was quite interesting. Right now we're in the waxing gibbous period. So in the new moon, the beginning, we set our intentions, and in the waxing gibbous, we really were working towards making those a reality. And we're actually really focused on the ones that on our intentions and our goals that we can make happen, and the little steps that we can do along the way, before the full moon. So I just absolutely love how all of this imagery is coming out, So here we have the Eight of Cups, and then we sort of finish with the full moon. So this reading really will, speak to this time from not only just today, but today until the full moon, which I believe is in Pisces. I'll double check though. All right, so this first card out, this is the Eight of Cups. So the way we normally see this Eight of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, is, we see this woman in the red, very much so dressed like the hermit, and she's decided to leave something. Normally she's left all of the cups intact, but it looks like now some of them have fallen over, maybe because she has left. But she's leaving something for her greatest good and for the greatest good of the cups, usually. So it could be a relationship, it could be, a pattern, it could be the way you talk to yourself, it could be, the way you are nourishing yourself, it could be a job, it could be many different things. And it's going to be different for all of you. But she's decided to go off on her own and really on the journey of the hermit, just with her basic necessities. It's, to do some soul searching, to really go inward, and to find answers to the questions that she seeks. In this after tarot, someone has come along afterwards and is looking at how beautiful and shiny these beautiful cups are, and she's like, wow, there's wine in some of them, or blood, there's water in another, this is just so, these are so great, maybe I'll take these home with me. So again, the real image here, the real message I'm getting from Spirit is like, one man's trash is another man's treasure. And so, like, whatever you do decide to leave behind, make sure that you're okay with that, And you could be one of both people, You could be the person walking away, or you could be the person finding something that's been abandoned, that's been left behind, that might not be, 2 cups have fallen over, but there are 6 cups that are still intact. So, I want you to really think about how that resonates in your life. The next card out is the Page of Swords. This is a younger energy, sort of like a teenage energy. And the Page of Swords is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and it's all about communication. And it's not usually direct communication. It's kind of like spying. But I don't mean to set the tone of like, get paranoid, someone spying on you. It could be you as well, spying, but it's not spying. It's like peeking. And, I heard someone today say, now with social media, we're all always kind of peeking at other people's lives. Of course, we're only really seeing what they kind of want us to see, but it really could represent you, or it could represent somebody else. And the Page of Swords, this is like somebody who is, who's studying, somebody who may be studying to be like a lawyer, somebody who uses a lot of logic, a lot of intellect. This is someone who's very precocious, who might say and do things, act as if they're much older than they really are. That kind of person in the room that you're like, how do you know that? You're only, 20 years old, So it's somebody who might have a lot of life experience despite their young age. All right, and here we have, his brethren coming. But he does kind of stand out a little bit. He is a little bit above them. So it's somebody, again, I get, who really stands out of the crowd, who doesn't really quite fit in. I'm not saying he's a nerd, but it's just somebody who's maybe a little bit more independent. Somebody who also might not say the right thing, but speaks the truth. Okay, so somebody who won't, somebody who's not going to candy coat or sugarcoat something. And I'm getting that it might be somebody who could also be a little bit on the spectrum. I'm just getting that message. So if that resonates with you, that's fine. It might not. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles. I love this because we have, again, even though this is a pentacle, I just love the imagery here you know, of the moon. And the Knight of Pentacles is our Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn energy. And this is the knight who stays on his horse. He gets things done. He's moving and shaken, but he's not doing it real fast because he pays a lot of attention to detail. He does everything correctly. He works outside. He's not afraid of hard work. He's not afraid of putting in the time. He's not afraid of putting in the extra hours. You know, and he's going forward, and he knows that nothing is going, he doesn't believe in instant gratification. You know, he believes in putting in the hard work and the time for the things that really matter and that are of value. And normally he's moving right along, but here he's kind of stopped for a second just to admire, you know, the work he's done. And he's also admiring, you know, he's planted these pentacles, right? And he's watching them grow, and we can see that, you know, he's got, I think these are like ox or bulls or whatever, and they're plowing the fields, you know, and he's just admiring what he has done. And he's admiring also, you know, the potential, you know, like looking at this coin like it was a plump apple or a grape, or, you know, and saying like, okay, so this is how the crop is going to turn out. And I think that's just really awesome energy. That's very cool because you're on the right track. So whatever you've sort of set out to do, you know, and I think you've talked about it, or, you know, someone has, maybe this could be other people giving you their input as well, and then just doing that analysis, but like doing all the hard work. And then if you take a look, I mean, this is brilliant. I love the story these cards tell. This woman here is walking away, and here we have her showing up. And we have her showing up in this moon, but it's also, I get like real sun as well. And the dogs are actually barking at her, but she could also just be coming home, or she's walking to the river because she's going to take sort of like this internal journey, you know, about her emotions and things. So the moon card is normally things aren't what they seem. All right. It could be, you know, it might be sort of a crazy time for you. You might get a little bit confused. You might be really second guessing this journey that you set out on. And you might really be thinking about, oh, geez, what I left behind, somebody else is going to pick up. But I'm getting that that was the right choice for you, okay, with this Knight of Pentacles energy. Like it's something you really thought about. But Spirit is saying you just have to be strong, and you really have to continue on this journey. And everything will become more clear. Because I get this is a moon, but it looks like a sun. So I'm getting like, you know, things will become really clear for you at the time of the new moon. All right. And I will try to put the dates of the new moon in the... I'll try to put the dates of the new moon in the description box below. All right. So if this resonates with you guys, if you guys do set your intentions with the moon, please leave me a comment down below and let me know how you do that. All right. I'm just going to pull some of my gummy bear clarifiers here for the 8 of Cups. So Spirit, why is the 8 of Cups here? Tell us, Spirit, what are we leaving behind here? Spirit, why are the 8 of Cups showing up in this reading for September 11th, 2019? Okay, King of Wands. All right, so you may be leaving behind a person, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. It could also be a boss. It could be a job. All right, and there you have the Judgment card in reverse. Yeah. So, I mean, I think either you were sick of being judged, or you felt too harshly judged in a situation. Maybe you felt like things weren't really going well for you at work, or maybe you had to leave whatever situation this was. Again, we have more Leo, Sagittarius, Aries coming out here. Whatever you had to leave, maybe because you just felt blocked, like you weren't able to, you weren't able to do what you wanted to do. You couldn't find sort of a creative solution. So, all right, perfect. So please tell us a little bit more information about the Page of Swords. I can't pick it up. All right, Page of Swords. So we're getting the 7 of Swords. Yeah, I think, there was something like... You felt like something was being taken away from you. And I think you might be getting messages. You might be getting information about whether this was a job or whether this was a person. You might be hearing sort of gossip like, oh, so-and-so, a lot of times when you break up with someone, there's somebody who's like waiting to pick up the pieces. And you might be getting information about that, which might be really hurtful to you. But Spirit's saying, you've got so much more ahead of you. Could also be a job. Maybe somebody took over your job and, you're hearing like how they're kind of slagging you off about it or something like that. But, you know, it's actually meant to be in the past. Spirit is saying, you know, you're meant to, you are meant to sort of evolve and move forward. Okay, exactly. So don't worry, no matter what news you're getting, and maybe people, you know, sometimes your friends, they don't realize, they think they're doing you a favor by telling you something, but all it really is doing is like pulling you back into that negative space. And you don't really need to hear about what your ex is doing. You don't really need to hear about, you know, the person who took over your job. I mean, provided you care, you know what I mean? Like, you don't really need that. And as I'm saying, you know, you're moving on to a better space. All right, you're moving on to a better space and a better place, and you know, so there's nothing to worry about. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pull some wisdom of the oracle cards. So Spirit, please tell us what else we need to know for September 11th, 2019. What else do we need to know for September 11th, 2019? All right, soulmates. Yeah, so this very well could have been a love relationship. Okay, doesn't mean it's over forever, or maybe you're moving towards your soulmate. Breathe. I love that. Just breathe. So whatever, again, whatever news, whatever information you're getting, you know, again, Spirit wants you to move on. Spirit says, you know, and it may not, if this is a separation, it may be one it might not be final, okay, but you needed to get to a better place. You needed to leave this situation for now and for your greatest good. So you know what, breathe. You've done the right thing. You're doing the right thing, okay? So just breathe. Spirit's got your back. You've got this. Okay, don't look back. All right, tick tock, tick tock. Time is of the essence here. All right, very nice. Thank you, Spirit. It's kind of like with this card, like I do get a sense of urgency with the TikTok, but I also get that, you know, it's time to move forward. You know, it's like this clock is like bursting out. These hands, this is very much so the image that shows up on the Yang card. It's about like making a decision, you know, and like breaking through limits. And I think that's why this Judgment card as well came out in the reverse here. You know, it's like you were stuck. You were stuck, and you just, you know, and you have to unstuck yourself. Okay? And you did. I think you did, or you're about to, or that's the process you're in. Okay, here we have Isis, magic manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. Yeah. I mean, I love that. You know, it's not always easy. It's, you know, evolving, moving on, you know, and sometimes when you have to do what's best for you, you know, it's hard. It's hard because you have to leave some people behind. All right, and here we have Sanat Kumara, light activation. Shine your light, your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. And I love that because we've got that on that Imagine card. So make sure you guys are doing your meditations. And also, if you haven't, take a look at your September readings for your signs. You can look at your sun, moon, and rising. I have them all up on my channel, so you might find some of that information helpful. Also, I've mentioned, you know, a bazillion times about setting intentions and making wishes with the moon. So please look that up online. I'm promised a few times now that I might make a video on how to do that. So you know, it's a very powerful tool. So here you go. Activate your light, shine your light, you guys. You have so much work to do, and I'm so proud of you, and I love you all. So please definitely, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Definitely hit like, share, and leave me a comment, and I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful day.